SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
And, Mario Cristobal is an outstanding coach in his first year out there. He had an 8-14 Fox TV, national TV game at noon out there, and then also to play in the 49ers Stadium, which looks like a great place to watch the Pac-12 championship game there this past weekend. So, but exciting. We've got a little bit of a history with Oregon, having played them in 14 and 15, and so we're looking forward to the matchup and looking forward to the bowl experience, and our players will be ready to go, and we'll start working on them immediately. But I think an outstanding offense. Everything that I'm reading about them, I'm just reading in the last half hour. So.
Hey, Mark, we met with them live. It's 2 years in a row in California with you guys. The way the polls work out, do you think that was kind of the best? Not to negatively say anything about it in the other bowls, but do you think there's kind of like a case scenario for you guys where you got enough great locations? Good match.
We've got Spartan fans all across this country. When we played Cal out there in 2008. There were 20,000, 25,000 people there when we played Arizona State. This year when we went out to California last year. So there are Spartans all over. They're in Florida. They're on the East Coast. They're everywhere. So we're going to draw. I understand that, and we're excited about the opportunity to go out west and play in front of our West Coast Spartans. And I know we have a large contingent in the San Francisco area as well. So it'll be exciting for our guys. I mean, a lot of our players have never been out there. And from my experience, San Francisco is an amazing town, and they have a lot to offer and a lot of things to see for our football team.
Your thoughts on, what is this, 11 bowl games in 12 years? I lost count, but about the accomplishment of getting to the postseason again to the point where maybe become routine again. Your thoughts on that streak?
Well, I don't think it's ever routine. You got to work to get there, and it's hard to win football games, and the margin of error is very, very small in many cases. And I think you can see that in this year, and really when you look back at the past. So I don't take anything for granted in that respect, but I think it's always an accomplishment, and it always is an opportunity to send your football team forward in a positive way, whether it was after the 2012 Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, head towards that one or whatever. I just think it sends your football team out 1 year and into the next year in a positive vibe. So it's important we have an opportunity to win, and we'll work hard to accomplish that.
I'm wondering what's your preference in terms of locale versus quality brand opponent, and when you're looking at a bowl game in a situation where you don't have a ton of control like this. Oregon seems like a good brand and a good opponent that could draw some interest, whereas the location may not be what was people's first choice. So in terms of you weighing those things, where do you lie on that?
Well, I think you're looking for a location where you have fans, which I've already talked about. We have a fan base. Then also, I think the quality of the opponent. I mean, Justin Herbert is could possibly be a first-round pick this year. Some people have even said the first pick, I've heard. So we're going to play an outstanding quarterback. Oregon's got a national brand. We've got a national brand, so I think that matches up. And we've had some great games recently. But when I look at locale, I mean, as I said, I really look at the city, what there is to do for our fans and for our players. Have we been there before? What kind of environment are we playing in? I think 49ers Stadium is a first-class environment. Where we're staying at the hotel, I hear we're staying downtown in a very nice place. So all those things sort of match up to me. And if we're not going to the Rose Bowl or not going to the Big Six games, then you got to start to try and feel it out. So there's always pluses and minuses to every aspect of everything that we do. So, but I've always looked for the glass being half full, and I'm very excited about going out to Oregon. It's a great matchup.
Mark, Chris Malari here. I know that you probably haven't had a lot of time to study, but you guys
talked internally about Josiah Scott's situation at all yet, especially for the passing-heavy team like that?
Yeah, I really haven't had a chance to think about that. That'll be something that Josiah decides. But I don't have any thoughts on that right now. That'll be a football decision later time.
Mark, this is Steven Brooks from 24/7. I was just wondering, it'll be about 5 weeks between games for you guys, I want to say. Before you get deep into Oregon, what are some things that you guys hope to be able to do, I guess, in the next few weeks leading up to that?
Well, we're in the midst of recruiting, so the next 2 weeks is heavy in recruiting. We got to keep our players in shape, so we've been working even last week on that. We'll practice this weekend. I think you need to stay in football shape, and then begin to practice leading into following exam week. School ends next Friday, so after the exam week, then we'll begin practicing. But I think it's very important that we maintain our conditioning level and start our preparation. Internally as far as who they are as a football program. What this year and everything about them. So I think it's very important to do as soon as we can.
And Mark, this is Murray again. I know that you're looking at, obviously, with Josiah's situation, but obviously Brian's situation as well. How has he been the last couple of weeks since you wrapped up? And do you have any gauge on kind of your timetable of how to deal with him heading into the bowl?
I think he's improved. That'll be, I think those are things that he has to answer, because I think it's a type of injury where he has to feel comfortable from it. But I do think it's improved, and I think he throws. So it's just a matter of how well he's throwing. That would be my take on it, but, we'll make those decisions later. I haven't seen him this past week.
Hey, Mark, Matt Starvin with Detroit News. I know it always doesn't translate every year, but how important is building momentum for the next year with the bowl game?
Oh, it's always important. I think you want to have a feel good at the end of every season. You want to feel good about where you left it. And so quality opponent, a football team that's beaten Washington. I think beat Cal, some others. It's 8-4 football team. It's the national Fox. I think it's Fox National TV at 3 o'clock Eastern time, so on New Year's Eve. So good time to play, national interest, and I think you want to feel good about where you left it as you finish your season. So we need to get ourselves ready to play our best football, and that's as much as anything. I want to leave the season playing our best football.
When you say you leave the season playing your best football, it's been a lot of obstacles through the course of the year with health and everything. You're looking forward to getting healthy, getting some good weather that might help you play some of that good football you're looking forward to. Or can you expand on that thought a little bit about what your best football is?
Well, I don't think there's any question that towards the end of the season we didn't play as good as we had maybe at other points during the season, whether that's injuries or whatever the reason. So as you work through your season and you come out the back end of it, you want to be playing your best football. It's quite simply that. That means winning your bowl game. I think we've won 5 out of the last 6 bowl games. So we'll prepare accordingly and get ourselves ready to go. But it won't be easy. It's not easy to win, as I said earlier. And those are the expectations. There's no easy games out there. I think I'm very excited about going out there and playing. I think it'll be a great venue.